everyone. Good afternoon. Sorry for the delay. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. But my name's Aubrey. Today we're going to have Alumicolor with us for our co-branded webinar series. Alumicolor is known for high-quality products for architects, engineers, and any other office environment. But we'll also look at Alumicolor's photo-anodizing process and discuss the high percentage of reorders generated by their products. I'm happy to introduce our presenter, Scott. He's the general manager at Alumicolor, and Scott brings many years of experience to share with us today. My name is Aubrey, and I'll be facilitating everything, so I'll be able to answer any questions for you, and we'll also go through some ways that you guys can utilize Distributor Central to sell some of the products that Scott's going to present to you today.
Hey, Aubrey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Great. Glad to have you.
Yeah, sorry, I had some technical problems, and it just shows all the planning you can do. It just never fails. Something might go wrong. So the way we're going to do this today is you guys will be able to hear my voice. I had a little show and tell, but Aubrey's going to be nice enough to pull up some of these products as we go through them. This is all kind of last minute for her too, so we'll kind of go through it. But this looks great, Aubrey. I can see it on my PC, so
okay.
So we're good on that. All right, so yeah, as Aubrey was saying, Alumicolor has been around for over 40 years, and people know us mainly for our rulers. They think about us for architect and engineer products and things like that. And so that's kind of what we've been doing all this time. But the big thing about our products, rulers are kind of seen as boring. But the thing about rulers, and they are boring, but the thing about rulers is that they are one of the most effective promotional products in the industry. There's, pens are always kind of the one that get all the staying power cred. But our products truly are made to stay. And the reason is that our products share a common thread. They're high quality products made of high quality aluminum, and they're useful. And that's the big thing. Like, everybody needs a ruler. Everybody uses it every day. So a couple things that we'll talk about. So, Aubrey, if you want to pull up item 1101, it's an office ruler.
Okay.
All right. And this is kind of our original product. And you can see the whole variety of colors here. And just to give you a brief background about Alumicolor, we own our own factory in El Salvador. It's a former Alcoa aluminum factory. It's an extrusion factory. And since the 1960s, the family that owns Alumicolor has also owned this factory, and their primary output is construction-related extrusions. So think about like the window systems for windows in a skyscraper, or the drop ceiling frame. Those pieces of aluminum they're sold by the ton. We even do the tracks for a sliding glass door or a sliding screen door. And if you look at this ruler, actually you can see that this was the original ruler. It was a piece of scrap from a track for a screen door. You can see the track right down the middle. And the owner was talking to his son one day. Yep, there's a great image right there. He was talking to his son and said, this looks kind of like a ruler. We could do something with this. And his son was a recent graduate from college at the time and wanted to kind of, cut his teeth on something. And so his dad said, hey, we can print rulers. Let's see if you can go out and sell them. And so he did. And in the early 80s, he started Alumicolor and sold these rulers to art stores and things like that. The big difference between our rulers and anybody else's is they're photo-anodized. And that's a process used to make any dye colors, any imprinting or anything, a permanent part of the metal itself. So think about what a skyscraper frame, window frame would go through: the weathering, the sun, the wind, all that sort of thing. It just takes a beating. And so when you have different color, like, aluminum's naturally silver, but some skyscrapers want black or blue or whatever color. So using the process that we use for high-end skyscraper frames, they use that same process to make these rulers. And what it is, it's similar to screen printing, but it goes through an electrochemical bath where the pores of the aluminum are opened up to the dye. And so the dye goes into those pores, and then it goes through another bath that seals all those pores back up. So the imprint, the color, the increments, the ruler markings, those are all a part of the metal itself. And so they'll never rub off, they'll never fade away. They're smooth to the touch, which is a subtle but really important factor for a lot of our, we call them raving fans. You've heard that term before. But we have a ton of architect and engineer students we hear from, because we have a division that sells to college bookstores with just blank rulers and things like that. And they love our rulers because when you run a mechanical pencil along that edge, the pencil doesn't vibrate because the increments are already part of the surface. They're not etched in, so it doesn't skip as you're drawing a line. Like I said, it's subtle, but people really, really like that about our products. So that gives you a little idea of the photo-anodizing. And so it's a high quality item with an imprint that's never going to rub off or fade. So it's perfect for the promotional products business. And we got involved in that in the 1990s and have been doing that ever since. So they're useful products. The imprint stays beautiful the whole life of the product, and people love them. They're raving fans. One other advantage that we have is that our factory is in El Salvador. So right now, and in the last couple of years, all the challenges that have been going on with overseas importing has not been a problem for us. We're in the same hemisphere. We air freight everything in to our warehouse here in Colorado, and we own the factory, so we can reprioritize things and do. We just have a very close relationship. So it gives us a lot of advantages, especially in these unusual times that we're in. Okay, so Aubrey, if you can go to item 3010, 3010, okay. That's our pocket scale. And like I said, we're known for architect and engineer products. Yeah, there you go. And the pocket scale is our #1 selling product. It's a 6-inch pen-sized scale that basically the reason people love it, anybody going to a construction site, architects, engineers, anybody loves the portability of this. They can just slip it in their pocket, they can throw it in their briefcase, and it allows them to read blueprints right there on the site without having a clunky desktop sized scale. It comes in all our colors. We have 7 different colors: red, blue, black, gold, silver, purple. We even have pink, green as well. So that is, we sell hundreds of thousands of these every year. So the type of customer that you're calling on are people that are marketing to installers. So like HVAC installers, they're looking at blueprints every day, plumbers, electricians, that type of thing. But then also architect and engineer firms, people recruiting, like if you have a big engineering firm, or even, this is crazy, but Union Pacific, they recruit engineers, not necessarily to drive the trains. It's not a train engineer, but anyhow, so they take these as a nice giveaway at a recruiting event. The other item is the 3030. If you can click to that, and this is the desktop size version of that same type of scale. And again, we do it from architects, engineers. We do combinations. So there's all kinds of calibrations that we can do. And if anybody has a custom calibration where they say, I really need this scale to read this scale drawing, we can do that as well. So you don't have to be an expert on how to read a blueprint. Typically, the customer you're calling on will know exactly what they want. So this is a 12-inch hollow scale. We distinguish this from the solid scale because it's less aluminum, so it's less expensive. So 100 piece, it's $10.95 on an R, whereas a solid scale is going to be much more professional weight, and that'll be in the $15 range. But this is a really affordable product, got a big imprint area, and it will stay on someone's desk for the long term. If we want to look at item 3056,
Okay.
this item is the solid scale that I was just talking about. This one is a 6-inch version of that, and this is this is a color-coded scale. We do a 6-inch and a 12-inch version. We even do a 4-inch, which is a fun product for a trade show. The color coding is just simply if an engineer has a favorite scale or a scale that they have to use on most of their designs, it reminds them that this is the side. They can quickly reference that as on the green side, and they can grab and quickly access which scale they want to read. So that's a very nice product as well. We do T-squares, triangles. We do anything in the drafting world. So that's kind of what we're known for. One last product in the drafting area I'll talk about is the 3145. If you can go to this one, this was designed by a working architect who approached us and said, I love your products, but honestly, the triangular scales are kind of clunky to throw into my notebook or Padfolio. So I'd like a flat version, but I want to still have at least 6 calibrations to use to read different blueprints. So on the outside edges, you see the calibrations on those edges, but there's a window in the middle, and there's calibrations on those inner edges. So we actually have 8 different types of scales. This is called the Alumidrafter. In addition to that, so he has a flat ruler that he can take into his meetings. It's very convenient. But in addition, you can't really see it in these pictures, but up in the upper left by that number 16, Aubrey, I don't know if you see that, there are little holes that are drilled in there. Yeah, those little holes. And every marking all the way down, every inch, there's another little hole. And what that is, it goes all the way through, so you can put your mechanical pencil in there, and it becomes a compass ruler. So you can actually draw circles that are accurately measured. So anybody doing drafting loves that because they can actually draw blueprints or make notes on different designs and things and do an accurate circle. And then on the back side, you see those angle lines that are kind of going at different angles. There you go. So you mark your starting point in the bottom left, just the corner of the ruler, and then you connect it to the other end of that angle line, and you can draw a perfectly accurate 30-degree, 45-degree, whatever degree angle that you typically need. So it's a 3-in-1 tool created by a working architect, and we work together on it. We pay him a royalty since he invented the idea, and everybody's happy. And that's been a really strong seller. And it's a unique product in a otherwise boring ruler world where everything's kind of been done already. So people get very excited about that. We do other products outside of that we're not as well known for outside of the scales and things. So if you could go to item 6500, this is an eraser. There you go. So it's an aluminum eraser. It has all the benefits of the photo-anodized. It's got a huge imprint area. It's a 6-inch eraser. It looks great on a dry erase board. This is one of the best products for self-promo I can think of, because you can give this to your customers when they're planning their marketing in their boardroom, drawing on the dry erase board. They're using your eraser, so they'll be thinking about you the whole time. So it's a really nice piece. The extrusion is a very comfortable handle to hold. People get very excited about that. It's a great price point too. It's $6.95 on an R for 100 pieces, and it comes in all our colors. The other item is the 6400. This is another unique item that's not in the ruler world, but it's an everyday common use type of thing. And this, I think, Aubrey, we talked about this one. This is the Aluma Razor. And so this is a utility knife, but it's just got it. We call it man jewelry, which is ridiculous, but it's kind of true. So it's a box cutter, basically. It's a fancy box cutter. The hole in it that you're seeing is just you put your finger in there for extra grip, and it kind of protects you while you're cutting. So you can cut carpet, pad. You can also cut, obviously, cardboard and things like that. We use these in our warehouse all the time, and they're just fantastic. They can be put in a gift box, and then there's a dome tag that's used to decorate it. So this doesn't use the photo-anodizing process because it's just not, it wouldn't work in this layout, but it is an item that really gets a lot of attention. It's a great gift item. It's pricey. It's going to be in that $20 range, but again, it's a high impact, really cool gift to give to employees. So if anybody's marketing to liquor stores, grocery stores, that type of thing, they're cutting open boxes all the time when they're receiving stuff. So this is a really good item for that. One of my favorite, we'll go back to rulers. One of my favorite rulers is item 1312. We should have this one in here. And this is, again, if you're looking for a self-promo, this is a great leave behind for the gatekeeper, somebody at that front desk of an important client. This is the Alumicolor. It's just a basic ruler. It's got inches and centimeters, or actually this one's just inches. But what's cool about it is it's got a neoprene backing. I don't think we have photos of it, unfortunately, that make it a non-slip ruler. And then that raised edge is used if you're ever using it to, as a cutting edge with an X-Acto blade. You put your fingers up against that edge, and it protects your fingers while you're holding the ruler down and cutting. So people love it when they use it. The other edge can be used as a tearing edge. It's got a nice big imprint area, and again, it comes in all our colors. So that's a great product. $9.25 on an R, and that's a product that's going to literally stay on someone's desk for even decades sometimes. And so it's always going to have your name right there in front, and your client's name if they decide to do it. So that's a great product. We do business cards as well. That is item 6705. And again, these are aluminum business cards, so it's got a high impact when people receive it because it's unusual. And that also has the photo-anodizing, so even with lots of handling, it's not going to rub off or fade or anything like that. So that's product. A lot of people put rulers on it, so it's a nice gift, or not gift, but it's a nice item for architect or engineer or anybody in construction to use to give out their information. And no one's ever going to throw that away. It's like, it feels like it's got a high perceived value. So the business cards are very cool. And the last product I'll talk about, because I don't want to take up too much time, is the 6200. This is a brand new product. I think I saw it on the homepage. This is kind of outside of the box for us, but it's a kitchen scraper. Again, it's extruded aluminum. It's photo-anodized, but then it's used in bakeries, culinary schools, that type of thing. So it's used for measuring out dough, like dollops of dough, that type of thing. Also, you can use it. It actually has a fairly sharp cutting edge. It's not a knife, but it's good for kind of splitting up dough, that type of thing. On the back, it's got a reference chart of common measurements for cooking, that type of thing. And you can imprint it. It's got a big imprint area. There's your reference chart. and you can even imprint it on the handle itself. So I think you saw that on the Cake Box or Cake Boss. Yeah, there you go. Kitchen scraper. So anybody like in that's selling to restaurants, that's a great customer, like food companies and things like that that are wanting to have a leave behind to anybody in the kitchen that's doing the buying. This is a great product for that. So, and again, culinary schools should be giving this out to all their students. And somebody even told me that this would be a great welcome home gift for a real estate person or, you know, an apartment complex to give, because it is a useful tool. It's unusual, and it's something that's going to be memorable for sure. So anyhow, so those are our products. So the big thing is that all of our products, like I said, they're useful, they're high quality, but the number one thing is they're effective. Because they stay on people's desks, they get rave reviews from anybody who uses them as promotional products. And so our repeat order, because people will try it out to do 100, and it goes so well that they'll do repeat orders through their distributors. The average is 63% of our orders turn into repeat orders. So once you get this in a program, it doesn't even have to be a company store or anything like that. People love them. We do the same pocket scales every year with the same imprints because they go crazy over them. And so one thing also that's really cool about the company, I wish I'd come up with the idea, but when I joined 15 years ago, I was really impressed. Alumicolor will take samples. We print extra samples of every item we make, and then we put them into envelopes with a letter, and then store those in bins. And then 11 months after that order, we ship out those envelopes out to you and say, hey, here's a sample of something you did a little less than a year ago. You may want to see if your customer is interested in doing it again. And it makes it easy for you. I used to be a distributor, so I know that side of the business, and I think it's just a great way for us to stay, you know, relevant and in front of you, but also to help you get those repeat orders. So, so again, rulers may be boring, but they are very effective and can really help your business with that kind of consistent, you know, cash cow kind of repeat on orders. So that's all I have. If anybody has questions, I feel free to answer them. Aubrey, thank you so much for helping me on this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and work on typing those out in the questions box. While we're waiting on those, what I was going to do is, we've kind of been looking in Distributor Central already, but showing you a few different tools that can help you to promote these products to your customers, and also show you how to join Distributor Central if you're not already a member. Distributor Central is completely free for all distributors in the industry. And to sign up or to learn more about our services, if you just go to distributorcentral.com, and then under distributors, you'll see a distributor overview link. And from there, you can just hit get my free account, and then that will allow you to fill out a form. And then when we receive that, we'll get back to you if we have an account already, or if we can set you up with an account, and you'll just have a username and a password that you'll use to log in at distributorcentral.com. From there, you'll have access to some of the things we were just looking at. You'll be able to do product research, find all of Alumicolor's products, and then you can also take those products and add them to a website. Especially these types of products, I think, are a great fit for a specific type of website that you're promoting to just architects or just the construction side of businesses. And you can easily do that here. So what I've done with these is I've actually picked a few, and you'll see that some of them say that they're in a list. And I could pick, you know, just a few more. And it continues to add these to a list for me as a distributor. And at the bottom, I can collect all of those products together and quickly create a quote for those products for my customers, email them to my customer, or even add them to a website. If I chose to add them to a website, I could name this list. Right now I have it called construction promo items. And then once you've created the list, you can quickly look at some of the templates that we offer as a distributor. So you can see here just a quick look at the templates that are already built in DC. You don't have to use a template. You can design from scratch, but if you want to get a little bit of a heads up, you can come in here and pick a template, change the colors, add your logo, maybe do a specific construction type of website, add Alumicolor's products or any other products that you want, and then you can simply add a domain name and you're ready to go. These websites also have shopping carts available, so your customer can come directly to your site and order. You can even accept payment. You get your artwork attached to the order. It should be super simple to offer these products to your customers. I do have one question that came in here. Okay, so how can they reach out to you, Scott?
Yeah, so my email is Scott with 2 T's at alumicolor.com. That's ALUMI color.com. So that's the best way to get a hold of us. And you can always call the office, which is 970-204-4200. And that's,
okay.
You can talk to anybody. Yep.
Okay. So here's alumicolorpromo.com. This is their website as well if you guys would like to go there. And in Distributor Central, you can also just pull up their company information and get their contact info from Distributor Central directly.
Yep.
One more question. How durable is the epoxy dome decorating option on the Aluma Razor utility knife?
Yes, it's very durable. We have a great relationship with the guys that make that. And I'm fine talking about it. It's 3D Dome Tag is the company, and they do a fantastic job. These dome tags, like I said, we've been using these in our own warehouse. They look the same as they did when they were first put on. It's an adhesive that really grips tightly to whatever it's put on. It's actually used even on garments and things like that. But this is a nice little pocket in the Aluma Razor. You can see it on that blue one. I don't know if you want to click on that for kind of a zoom in. So that's without the dome in it, in that pocket. And so it's kind of protected on all the edges, so you can't get your finger underneath. But it is adhered to that very strongly. So, but yeah, the dome tags last forever.
Awesome. And then what is the typical turnaround time right now?
Yeah, unfortunately, we used to be 10 to 15 days, but right now we're in the 15 to 21 days. Depends. I think on our website we even say longer, just to under promise. And so, but yeah, I would definitely give yourself at least 3 weeks. We are air freighting this in. That's on our cost, so you don't have to worry about that. But it still is having to go through customs, and we've been blessed to be very busy in the last few months. So I would say, to be safe, give yourself 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay. Any other questions? Looks like we might be. Oh, here we go. We have another one. Do you guys have a setup charge on your imprint?
Yeah. So all imprints are it's $50 on a V is the setup for one color, one location. The price point includes a one color, one location, but for the first order, it's $50 on a V, and then on repeat orders, you don't have to pay the setup charge. So yeah, there's their setup charge right there on the screen.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I think that covers any questions that we have. If we did by chance miss a question, we'll be able to follow up with you after the webinar, and we can get back to you, Scott or I, depending on what the question is, to hopefully answer all the questions that you guys have.
Absolutely.
If you guys want to reach out to Distributor Central directly, you can reach us at this information here, info@distributorcentral.com, or we have a toll-free number, 888-516-7401. Alex or David would be able to help you go through some of those steps in adding those products to your website, or just questions about joining Distributor Central. We really do appreciate your time, and I hope you guys have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.